Adric's ball.
What if the legend of Robin Hood didn't start with a hero, but with a broken man pushed past his breaking point? Welcome back to Episode Breakdown, folks. I'm your host, Oliver, and today we're diving deep into the second episode of the stunning Robin Hood 2025 series titled A Heinous Devil. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of our breakdowns. This isn't your average merry men and archery contest. This is a raw, brutal origin story, and in this episode, we witness the exact moment the man known as Rob of Locksley dies and the outlaw is born. Strap in, because this is a spoiler-filled, fully detailed breakdown of one of the most pivotal hours of television you'll see this year. The episode picks up right where the premiere left off, with Rob cradling his executed father's body. The title, A Heinous Devil, is the core of the story. It's not about a villain Rob must face, but the vengeful fury growing inside him. This is a story of grief curdling into something darker, something more dangerous. We begin in the burial pits. It's a gut-wrenching scene. Rob is utterly shattered. He's found by his uncle Gamewell and cousin Will, who bring him home to his ailing mother Joan. And folks, the emotional blows just keep coming. Upon hearing the news of her husband Hugh's death, Joan's will to live just snaps. Her health plummets, and in her final moments, she delivers a line that will haunt Rob for the entire series. She pleads with him, choose love over hate. She explicitly warns him that seeking vengeance against the Earl of Huntingdon will destroy the good man she raised. She tells him he is more than a Saxon. This is the moral compass of the entire show, handed to him right before it's shattered.
You must choose love over hate. Do not let the sheriff decide who you become.
Now, his uncle Gamewell offers a path of safety. He urges Rob to go to London with his cousin Will, to seek a position in the Norman royal courts, to essentially submit and survive. But after his mother's death, Rob refuses. How can he serve the very system that murdered his father and broke his mother's heart? He's lost everything, and he's starting to feel that his destiny isn't in a court, but right here in Nottingham.
Will!
Meanwhile, in Nottingham Castle, the Norman lords are consolidating their power. The Earl of Huntingdon, the man who killed Rob's father, pays off the sheriff and the bishop to officially seize the Locksley lands. But here's a fascinating detail. Marion, his daughter, looks over the deed and notices the payment is recorded as a donation. She's already seeing through their corruption. We also get more of the sheriff's daughter Priscilla, who's having a secret, dangerous affair with the head guardsman, Captain Lefors. She brags to Marion that she'd, quote, poison her father if he threatened her, showing us this playful, manipulative side. But Lefors isn't playing a game. He gets a subtle warning from the sheriff and decides to end the affair. This is crucial because it leaves Lefors frustrated, humiliated, and looking for a way to reassert his power. And then comes the heartbreaker. The sheriff informs Huntingdon that Marion has been chosen to join Queen Eleanor's court. She's being sent away, physically separating our two star-crossed lovers. A desperate, now orphaned Rob does something incredibly naive. He goes to Huntingdon with his life savings and offers a bride price for Marion's hands. Huntingdon is, of course, enraged and tries to kill him on the spot. Rob is only saved by a sympathetic servant named Bernard. But they get one less forbidden goodbye. Marion confesses the truth. Her father was responsible for Hugh's death. They share a passionate kiss, declare their love, and Marion laments her Norman blood before she's ripped away and taken to court. This isn't just a romance. It's the final tether to his old life being severed. He is now completely alone. So, Rob is kicked out of his uncle's house after a fight with Will. He has nothing, but in a brief moment of hope, Gamewell reconciles with him and gives him a new bow. He tells Rob to honor his parents by competing in an archery contest in Lichfield. The prize? A royal appointment as a forester in Sherwood. This is Rob's last fleeting chance at a legitimate life. But fate, or rather a corrupt system, has other plans. On his way to the contest, he crosses paths in Sherwood Forest with none other than Captain Lefors and his guards. And Lefors, feeling emasculated and angry, decides to take it out on the Saxon boy he sees as beneath him. He goes him into a wager. Hit that king's deer over 50 yards away and you win 10 pennies. Miss and you lose your bow. Rob, confident and with nothing left to lose, takes the shot.
What have you done?
And of course he hits it perfectly. But it was a trap. He immediately declares that under forest law, killing the king's deer is poaching, a capital crime. They were going to arrest him for the very act they forced him to commit. The law isn't about justice. It's a weapon for the powerful to oppress the weak. A fight breaks out. Rob tries to flee, and Lefors, realizing this is the man Huntington wants dead, fires an arrow at him. As Rob runs for his life, he turns, draws his bow, and lets a single arrow fly. The arrow finds its mark. It strikes Captain Lefors in the chest, mortally wounding him. The forest falls silent. Rob stands there, panting, a killer. The heinous devil his mother feared he would become has fully emerged. The episode ends with Rob fleeing deeper into the Greenwood, no longer Rob of Locksley, but something else entirely. The outlaw, Robin Hood, is born. So, what does it all mean? This episode masterfully explores the cycle of violence. The Norman tyranny killed Hugh Locksley, which created Rob's anger, which directly led to Lefors' death. There are no clean hands here. It also poses a brutal question. Choice or destiny? Was Rob forced into this? Absolutely. The rig wager cornered him, but his own pride, his grief, and his refusal to be broken were also equally responsible. He made a choice in that forest. And Marion, she's not just a damsel in distress. She's been sent to the heart of the beast, Queen Eleanor's court. She's being positioned as Rob's future ally on the inside, a strategic player in the games of power. So, A Heinous Devil is a tragic, masterful piece of storytelling. It shows us that heroes aren't born perfect. They are forged in fire, loss, and impossible choices. Rob has chosen his path, but at what cost? He has set aside his mother's plea for peace, and in doing so, has become the very thing she warned him against. But what do you think? Was killing Lefors self-defense or the birth of a vigilante? How will Marion's role evolve at court? Let me know your thoughts and your wildest theories down in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our breakdown of episode 3. Until next time, I'm Oliver, and you've been watching Episode Breakdown. Happy theorizing.